Did the EPA orchestrate the demise of the small, affordable pickup truck, leaving America with oversized, overpriced behemoths? Today, we'll discuss the death of compact pickups, models like the Nissan Hardbody, Toyota pickup, Ford Ranger, Chevy S-10, and Dodge Dakota. These trucks delivered remarkable utility and value in a small package. Unlike today's midsize offerings, which often stretch beyond 200 inches in length and carry price tags north of $40,000. Let's jump back to a time when small pickups were practical and economical solutions for everyday needs. Let's begin with the Datsun 720, a rugged import that paved the way for Nissan's success in the American small truck market. Launched in 1979, the 720 measured 186 inches long and weighed around 2,700 pounds. Its 2-liter inline-four produced 97 horsepower and 112 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 4-speed manual or optional 3-speed automatic. By 1983, a 2.4-liter engine boosted output to 103 horsepower and 134 pound-feet of torque, achieving 24 miles per gallon. Payload reached 1,400 pounds, and towing capacity hit 3,500 pounds in 4-wheel drive models. The 720's 8.5-inch ground clearance and optional extended cab made it a favorite for off-roaders and workers alike. In 1986, it evolved into the Nissan Hardbody, or D21, retaining a 186-inch length but gaining a boxier, tougher look. The Hardbody's 2.4-liter engine delivered 106 horsepower and 154 pound-feet of torque, while a 3-liter V6 option, added in 1986, churned out 153 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque. With a 5-speed manual, it managed 22 miles per gallon, boasted a payload of 1,500 pounds, and could tow 5,000 pounds in V6 form. Priced at $8,000 in 1986, about $22,000 today, the Hardbody's durability earned it a cult following, with many racking up close to 500,000 miles. Next, we turn to the Toyota pickup, a stalwart of the North American market before it became the Tacoma. By 1983, this 5th-generation Hilux, sold simply as the pickup in the U.S., stretched 186 inches and weighed 2,900 pounds. Its 2.4-liter inline-four produced 116 horsepower and 140 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 5-speed manual, yielding 23 miles per gallon. 4-wheel drive, standard since 1979, gave it 8.4 inches of ground clearance, a 1,400-pound payload, and a 3,500-pound towing capacity. Costing $7,500 in 1983, roughly $22,000 today, it was a workhorse, with some owners towing small boats or hauling lumber across decades. In 1995, the Tacoma arrived, replacing the pickup. At 190 inches long and 3,200 pounds, the first-generation Tacoma offered a 2.4-liter inline-four with 142 horsepower and 160 pound-feet of torque, or a 3.4-liter V6 pumping out 190 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy dipped to 20 miles per gallon, but payload rose to 1,600 pounds, and towing reached 5,000 pounds with the V6. Starting at $12,000, about $24,000 today, the Tacoma's bulletproof reliability kept it beloved, though its size foreshadowed the midsize creep. Ford's Ranger, introduced in 1983, redefined American compact trucks. Initially 175 inches long and weighing just shy of 3,000 pounds, it launched with a 2-liter inline-four, producing 73 horsepower and 107 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 4-speed manual. By 1985, a 2.3-liter option offered 100 horsepower and 135 pound-feet of torque, and the 1986 2.9-liter V6 delivered 140 horsepower and 170 pound-feet of torque. A 5-speed manual became standard, averaging 21 miles per gallon. Payload topped 1,600 pounds, and towing reached 4,000 pounds with 4-wheel drive. The Super Cab option stretched it to 187 inches, perfect for tools or passengers. In 1993, a 4-liter V6 bumped output to 160 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque, towing 6,000 pounds, while the 1994 STX off-road package added skid plates and all-terrain tires. Priced at $8,500 in 1983, around $24,000 today, the Ranger's versatility shone. A farmer could haul hay, a camper could trek trails, all for less than a sedan's price. Its 0 to 60 time of 10 seconds with the V6 wasn't blistering, but it got the job done. Chevrolet's S-10, which debuted in 1982, matched the Ranger stride for stride. At 178 inches long and 2,900 pounds, its base 1.9-liter inline-4 from Isuzu made 84 horsepower and 101 pound-feet of torque with a 4-speed manual. The 1985 2.8-liter V6 raised output to 125 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque, and by 1991, a 4.3-liter V6, shared with the Silverado, delivered 165 horsepower and 235 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy ranged from 18 to 23 miles per gallon, with a 1,500-pound payload and 5,200-pound towing capacity in V6 models. Four-wheel drive, available from 1983, offered 7.8 inches of ground clearance, while the extended cab added utility. The 1991 S-10 SS, with a tuned 4.3-liter, pushing 200 horsepower, hit 60 miles per hour in 7.8 seconds. A pocket rocket for $15,000 or $33,000 today. Base models started at $7,500 in 1982, about $22,000 adjusted in today's dollars. Owners hauled dirt bikes, drywall, even small tractors, proving 178 inches could conquer big tasks. The Dodge Dakota, often overlooked, bridged the gap between compact and midsize. Launched in 1987, the first generation measured 189 inches, longer than rivals, and weighed 3,100 pounds. Its 2.2-liter inline-4 produced 97 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque, but the 3.9-liter V6 option offered 125 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque, and was paired with a 4-speed manual or 3-speed automatic. Payload hit 1,500 pounds, towing reached 5,500 pounds, and fuel economy averaged 20 miles per gallon. Four-wheel drive arrived in 1989 with 8 inches of ground clearance. Priced at $7,000, around $18,000 today, it offered a convertible variant in 1989, a quirky 500-unit run. The 1997 second generation grew to 196 inches, adding a 5.2-liter V8 with 230 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque, towing almost 7,000 pounds. Payload rose to 1,800 pounds, though efficiency dropped to 15 miles per gallon. Starting at $13,500 in 1997, about $26,000 today, the Dakota's brawn appealed to those needing more than a Ranger, but less than a Ram. Its club cab and optional bed extender maximized utility for the dollar. These trucks thrive because they punched above their weight. The Hardbody's 5,000-pound tow rating matched some full-size trucks of the era, yet cost half as much. The Toyota pickup's 1,400-pound payload hauled as much as a modern SUV, while sipping gas at 23 miles per gallon. The Ranger's 6,000-pound V6 towing capacity in 1993 rivaled today's base Tacomas for a third of the price adjusted. The S-10 SS outran sports cars of its day, and the Dakota's V8 hauled like a heavyweight in a middleweight frame. Base prices hovered around $7,000 to $8,000 in the 1980s, $20,000 to $24,000 today, making them accessible to students, farmers, and contractors. A 100-horsepower engine might lag on highways, but for daily loads, 1,000 pounds of gravel, a stack of plywood, they excelled. Four-wheel drive models tackled trails, while two-wheel drive versions maximized efficiency. Owners didn't need 300 horsepower to feel capable. 150 did the trick for a fraction of the cost. So why did these small wonders vanish? The EPA's corporate average fuel economy standards, commonly called CAFE standards, played a starring role. Introduced in 1975 to boost efficiency post-oil crisis, CAFE set fleet-wide mileage targets. By the 1980s, small trucks helped manufacturers offset gas-guzzling sedans and full-size pickups. But as standards tightened, reaching 27.5 miles per gallon for light trucks by 1990, car makers faced a dilemma. Small trucks, already efficient, offered little room for improvement, while full-size models could gain more from tech upgrades like fuel injection. By the 2000s, CAFE loopholes favored larger light-duty trucks, exempting those over 8,500 pounds gross vehicle weight from strict rules. Manufacturers upsize, chasing profit over practicality. All of this meant that affordability eroded. A 1980s Ranger towed 4,000 pounds for peanuts. Today's version does 7,500 pounds, but you'll need a second job to afford it. The small, affordable pickup didn't die of natural causes. These trucks are relics of a simpler era. Their size and cost made them indispensable. But their legacy reminds us, sometimes less really was more. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Engine Innovator for more content like this. Thanks for watching.